You ever notice how a woman can be warm one moment, laughing, smiling, opening up, and then suddenly she turns cold? She ignores your texts, pulls back emotionally, acts distant for no reason. You're left wondering, what happened? Did I do something wrong? But here's the truth most men never realize. Sometimes when a woman pushes you away, it's not because she doesn't want you, it's because she does. That emotional distance, that sudden withdrawal, it's often a defense mechanism, one that kicks in the moment she starts to feel something deeper. Women are emotional creatures, but they're not reckless. When attraction turns into vulnerability, she feels exposed, and that triggers fear of rejection, fear of getting hurt, fear that you might not feel the same way she does, so she pulls back, not to reject you, but to protect herself. And this is where most men fail. They take her distance personally. They panic, chase harder, text more, try to fix something that doesn't need fixing, and in doing so, they destroy the very attraction that was quietly growing. Because here's the paradox. When she's pushing you away, what she's really doing is testing your stability. She wants to see, are you grounded enough to handle her emotions, or will you crumble under the pressure? In this video, we're going to reveal what's really going on in a woman's mind when she pulls away at the peak of attraction, and how to respond the Stoic way. Want to know what really happened and why? Meet Daniel, 34 years old, smart, loyal, hardworking, the kind of man who doesn't play games. He means what he says, and when he likes someone, he shows it. He met Emma at a friend's dinner party. She wasn't loud or overly flirty, but there was something magnetic about her. They talked for hours. She laughed at his jokes, leaned in close when he spoke, and at the end of the night, she gave him a look that said, "You better call me," and he did. Over the next few weeks, things felt effortless. Texts were long and playful. Dates went late into the night. She'd touch his arm when she laughed and tell him, "You're different from other guys." Daniel felt confident, grounded. He thought, this could actually go somewhere, but then something changed. Out of nowhere, her replies got shorter. She canceled a date with a vague excuse, and when they finally met again, she was there, but not really there. Eyes down, energy off. She smiled less. Daniel's chest tightened. That quiet panic most men know all too well began to rise. Did I do something wrong? Did she lose interest? He started double texting, asking if everything was okay, offering to talk about it. The more he tried to fix it, the colder she became. And then one night, when he finally asked what was going on, she said softly, "I just need some space right now." He nodded, but inside, it broke him, because he didn't understand. How could someone go from so warm to so distant so fast? Over the next week, Daniel did what most men do. He replayed every conversation, every joke, every touch, looking for the moment it went wrong. He scrolled through old messages just to feel connected again, and the more he thought about her, the worse he felt. What Daniel couldn't see, what most men never see, is that Emma wasn't pushing him away because she stopped caring. She was overwhelmed by what she felt. For the first time in a long time, she met a man who made her feel safe and vulnerable, and that terrified her. But Daniel's reaction, the panic, the chasing, the need for reassurance, only confirmed her fear. It told her, he's not as solid as I thought. So where did he go wrong? So, where did Daniel go wrong? It wasn't that he cared too much. It's that he attached too quickly and lost his center in the process. See, most men don't realize this. When a woman starts pulling away, it's rarely just about you. It's about her feelings about you. And more importantly, how you respond to uncertainty. When Daniel felt Emma distancing, he panicked. That panic made him chase. And chasing always communicates one dangerous message. My peace depends on you. And that is when attraction quietly dies. Because the moment a man's emotional balance hinges on her approval, a woman's instincts shift. She no longer sees him as the grounded, centered man she was drawn to. She sees him as someone who needs her to feel whole, Let's look at this through the lens of Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Emma's withdrawal was an outside event. Daniel's reaction, the anxiety, the overthinking, the desperate attempts to fix it, came from forgetting that truth. Stoic man doesn't chase uncertainty. He observes it. He stays still long enough to understand what's really happening beneath the surface. Now, here's the twist most men miss. When a woman pulls away, it's often not rejection. It's testing alignment. She's subconsciously asking, is he the kind of man who can stay calm when I'm emotional, confused, or afraid? Will he hold his ground, or crumble when I pull back? That's where true attraction is measured. Not in words, not in gifts, but in emotional posture. Daniel's mistake was responding from fear instead of strength. When she said she needed space, he should have respected it fully. Not with passive aggression, not with guilt, not with a fake no worries, but with calm acceptance. Something like this, of course. Take all the time you need. I'm here if you want to reconnect. If not, I wish you well. Short, kind, but powerful. That kind of response tells her, you're not chasing me, you're not resenting me, and you're not waiting around for me. It's emotional freedom. And women feel it instantly. See, feminine energy is drawn to stability. When a man can stay composed in the face of confusion, she feels both respect and curiosity, because while most men spiral, he doesn't. That's what Daniel missed. His peace was too easily disturbed. When he learned this later, through reflection, pain, and time, he realized something profound. He wasn't losing Emma, he was losing control over his own narrative, and once he stopped chasing answers and started focusing on self-mastery, everything changed. He began to see the situation differently. Instead of thinking, why is she doing this to me? He started asking, what is this moment teaching me about my own emotional discipline? That shift, from blaming her behavior to observing his own, is the moment a man becomes unshakable. Because now, he's not reacting to her moods. He's responding from principle. He works out, not to distract himself, but to center his energy. He stops checking her social media. He reconnects with his purpose, his friends, his rhythm. And ironically, that's when she feels his absence. Not because he played a game, but because he returned to his grounded self, the same energy that attracted her in the first place. The truth is, when a woman pushes you away but still wants you, she's looking for reassurance that you can handle her distance without losing your sense of self. So the next time that happens, don't chase, don't over-explain, don't negotiate for closeness. Instead, embody this thought. If she walks away, I remain the same man I was before she came in. That's the Stoic way. That's strength. Quiet, controlled, and magnetic. But even with the right mindset, there are traps that can undo everything. Now, even when you start thinking like a Stoic, calm, detached, grounded, there are still a few traps most men fall into. And these traps destroy attraction faster than anything else. Let's break them down. Mistake number 1. Trying to fix her emotions. When a woman withdraws or acts cold, most men immediately go into problem-solving mode. What's wrong? Did I do something? How can I make this better? They think empathy means chasing reassurance. But what she really wants isn't fixing. It's presence. You don't need to solve her storm. You need to stand still in it, say less, observe more. That's how you communicate strength without words. Mistake number 2. Playing emotional games to regain control. After being hurt, some men swing the other way. They ignore her, post online to get her attention, or act like they don't care. That's not strength. That's insecurity in disguise. A Stoic man doesn't manipulate outcomes. He steps back not to punish, but to protect his peace. There's a difference between detachment and emotional revenge. Remember, if your silence is meant to make her chase, you're still being controlled by. Her real power is indifference, not performance. Mistake. Number 3, reopening. Old wounds for validation. When she finally reaches out, many men make this mistake. They reopen the past. Why did you do that? Do you even care about me? What was I to you, really? They think closure brings peace, but closure doesn't come from her answers. It comes from your acceptance. You don't need her apology to move forward. You need your discipline to let go. So here's the Stoic truth. You can't control her emotions, timing, or confusion, but you can control your composure, your energy, and how you carry yourself when things fall apart. Don't be the man who chases validation. Be the man who radiates stability. Now that you know what not to do. So what's the real lesson here? When a woman pushes you away, it's easy to think it means rejection or loss, but often it's a test of your emotional center. She's feeling uncertain, vulnerable, or afraid of losing control, and she wants to see what kind of man you really are when things get uncomfortable. Most men react. They chase, argue, beg, or disappear in anger. But the Stoic man responds. He pauses. He breathes. He lets her emotion exist without letting it define his own. Because strength isn't in what you say to her. It's in what you don't let shake you. The story you heard today isn't about a breakup. It's about becoming a man who can't be broken by 1. The man who doesn't crumble when affection fades. The man who leads with clarity. You don't need her apology to move forward. You need your discipline to let go. So here's the Stoic truth. You can't control her emotions, timing, or confusion, but you can control your composure, your energy, and how you carry yourself when things fall apart. Don't be the man who chases validation. Be the man who radiates stability. Now that you know what not to do. So what's the real lesson here? When a woman pushes you away, it's easy to think it means rejection or loss. But often it's a test of your emotional center. She's feeling uncertain, vulnerable, or afraid of losing control, and she wants to see what kind of man you really are when things get uncomfortable. Most men react. They chase, argue, beg, or disappear in anger, but the Stoic man responds. He pauses. He breathes. He lets her emotion exist without letting it define his own, because strength isn't in what you say to her. It's in what you don't let shake you. The story you heard today isn't about a breakup. It's about becoming a man who can't be broken by 1. The man who doesn't crumble when affection fades. The man who leads with clarity, not chaos. So here's your challenge. Next time someone pulls away, don't chase. Don't react. Don't over-explain. Just stay still. Let silence work for you. Journal what you're feeling. Go to the gym. Read. Build yourself. Because the more grounded you are, the more naturally respect and attraction return. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever had a woman push you away when you knew she still cared? How did you handle it? Drop your story in the comments. I read everyone. And if this message hit home, subscribe, like, and share this video with a man who needs to hear it today. Remember, you're not the result of your past mistakes. You're the man who chooses what happens next.